With the addition of form changes and the Keyblade Forge in Kingdom Hearts 3, picking your Keyblades is more a matter of personal preference and less one of which is best. In this video we'll be discussing the pros and cons of all the Keyblades you'll unlock by playing through the story, and we'll be picking our personal best loadout as well. We won't be talking about the Ultimate Key, since you won't get it from the story and the process to get it deserves its own video. This is Dennis standing in for JorRaptor to talk about our personal best Keyblades. Keep in mind that some of this is personal preference and we'd be interested to hear your opinions in the comments. We won't be going into detail on all the different shot locks the Keyblades provide, as they are all strong in their own right and don't really make or break a Keyblade. As per usual, a like would be super appreciated, and let's get started. The first Keyblade you'll unlock in Kingdom Hearts 3 is the Kingdom Key. This is Sora's trusty Keyblade that has been with him since the start of his adventures, and you'll unlock it right away. It has a balanced stat line with an even boost in strength and magic. Hitting enemies allows you to use the more powerful second form, giving Sora back some of his moves from Kingdom Hearts 2. The Kingdom Key is unique in the fact that when you fill your combo meter, the finish command changes. The only other Keyblade that has this is Starlight, which we'll talk about later in the video. The first finish command is Stun Impact, a large AoE damage ability that stuns your enemies. Fill the combo meter once and it changes to Sonic Blade, which sends you flying towards your enemies like a missile. If you fill the combo meter twice, you gain access to the even more impressive Ars Arcanum. This long and flashy Keyblade combo does lots of damage and is great in almost any situation. The second Keyblade you unlock is a strength Keyblade called Hero's Origin. You gain access to it after completing the Hercules story. This Keyblade is great for defensive players who block often, as its form change gives you a shield that allows you to block longer and deliver devastating counterattacks to enemies who attack you when your guard is up. The shield can also be used to throw at enemies or bash them. Its finish command sends you flying through the sky on a chariot, raining bolts of lightning on your enemies. Since they don't do a lot of damage and are very hard to aim at specific enemies, it's not that useful overall. It's still a great Keyblade for players who like to block. The next Keyblade is the Shooting Star, a Keyblade that gives you access to ranged attacks and is unlocked after completing Twilight Town. This one has two different form changes. The first gives you access to two magic arrow guns, which you can use to shoot enemies from afar. You can also manually aim a barrage of darts by holding R2 on PS4 or the right trigger on Xbox. The second change gives you a giant magic launcher, which can shoot rockets as well as deliver devastating melee combos. Its finish command shoots a giant missile, which is very strong against groups of enemies. This is an excellent choice for people who prefer to keep their distance. We're gonna step a bit out of order for the next one because there is a Keyblade that is very similar to the Shooting Star, and that's the Honey Spout from Winnie the Pooh. Unlike the Shooting Star, it boosts both your strength and magic, but that's where the differences end. You do get to shoot honeybees and globs of honey instead of magic arrows and rockets, but the moveset is exactly the same. Quirkiness aside, it is a very useful Keyblade, but since the Shooting Star is basically the same but with a better magic boost, it's not that special either. A Keyblade that is very unique is the Favorite Deputy, a hard-hitting strength Keyblade unlocked by completing the Toy Story world. Its hammer form can deliver some devastating combos, and since most of the attacks do damage in an area of effect, it's useful against groups too. The second form change is a Drill, which gives you access to some strong melee combos as well as the ability to dodge underground. The finish command grabs an enemy with the drill and then smashes them around, so make sure to take proper aim before you fire or you might miss it. The only downside of this Keyblade is that it's not that great against single targets and pulses. Another Keyblade that enhances your dodging is the Tangled Keyblade Ever After. Its main attribute is magic, and its form change gives Sora a magic staff, which can shoot beams of light at enemies. When dodging in this form you leave behind an illusion of yourself. Up to 3 of these can be active at a time, and attacking when one is up makes both Sora and his illusions shoot a barrage of magic bolts. Its finish command summons a giant tower, which rains light upon surrounding enemies. Like with the Favorite Deputy, this one is great against groups, but not so much on single targets. Your next destination after Tangled will be Monsters Inc., and finishing that rewards you with the Happy Gear. This is a versatile strength Keyblade that shines in its second form change. This equips Sora with 2 yo-yos that alternate between fast attacks on single targets and wide sweeps against groups of enemies. Its finish command allows you to grab an enemy and chomp on them, so once again aim before you use it or you might miss. Its first form change is pretty good too, giving you 2 claws to play with. These deliver fast melee combos with strong finishers, but are not as special as some of the latter Keyblades. The next Keyblade is the Crystal Snow, and it has a very similar claw form change. You unlock this magic Keyblade after finishing the Frozen World. Even though it has a high boost in magic, it is a very strong melee Keyblade thanks to its two amazing form changes. The first one gives you, like said before, access to Frozen Claws, which are very similar to the Happy Gear. The second form change is what makes it special, and it gives you icy blades and skates to play around with. In this form, most of your attacks have some form of dash attached to them, so gaining distance on enemies is no problem here. Its finish command sends a giant ice crystal shattering towards the ground, which is great for dealing with a cluster of Heartless. This makes it, without a doubt, one of the best magic Keyblades in the game. Next you set sail for Pirates of the Caribbean, and finishing that world gives you the Wheel of Fate. This is one of the best strength Keyblades in the game, with two strong form changes as well as the chance to cast the Grand Magic Watera when filling your combo meter. Both in its first spear form and its second flag form, the Wheel of Fate delivers some very strong combos. Its spear has many thrusting attacks, making it strong against single targets who move a lot, while the flag has some wide sweeping attacks that can damage groups as well. The finish command summons watery tentacles that thrash around you, making it very strong against mobs of Heartless. The next Keyblade is a special one, as it combines aspects from all the previous Keyblades. I'm talking about the Nano Gear, and it's probably the most versatile Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 3. Not only does it boost both Sora's strength and magic, its form change allows you to perform attacks from some of the form changes mentioned earlier in the video. You get a hammer smash like from the favorite deputy, you can do a thrust very similar to the one from the Wheel of Fate, and even the rocket from the shooting star makes an appearance. All these attacks are available in one combo. This combined with the strong area of effect finish command makes the Nano Gear useful in almost any combat situation and one of the best Keyblades in the game. The last Keyblade you unlock when playing the story is called Starlight. I can't really tell you where to get it, because that's a bit of a spoiler, but rest assured you can't miss it if you follow the story. This one shares the unique feature of the Kingdom Key, giving you access to 3 different finish commands in your form change. The first 2 are the exact same as the Kingdom Key, so Stun Impact and Sonic Blade, but the last one makes it one of the strongest Keyblades in the game. Instead of Ars Arcanum, Sora gains access to an ability called Ancient Light, which draws enemies near you and then pierces them with a torrent of Keyblade. It does lots of damage, and since you draw enemies closer, it's very hard not to hit with it. Since we are able to pick 3 weapons and swap between them, which Keyblades would make for the best loadout? This depends heavily on your playstyle and experience. The Keyblades we picked for this video are a balanced selection. We've picked one Keyblade that focuses on strength, one that focuses on magic, and one wildcard. This makes it a strong loadout for every player of the game, regardless of your playstyle, level, or experience. First we pick our strength Keyblade. This spot is easily taken by the Wheel of Fate. It has high strength, 2 amazing form changes that work well on groups and bosses, and there's always the chance of Sora casting Watera when you fill your combo meter. It's also very mobile in its 2 form changes, making it a very strong offensive Keyblade overall. The next Keyblade for our loadout is a strong offensive Keyblade as well. It's unsurprisingly the magic Keyblade Crystal Snow. Its high magic stat greatly strengthens your magic, but it mostly shines in its second form change. The large variety of distance closing attacks allows you to chase a boss through the entire arena. Even if they do run away, you can do some good damage with some empowered spells. To round up our best loadout, we pick our wild card. Now I might be cheating a bit, but it's actually a tie between the Nano Gear and the Starlight. In most situations the Nano Gear is better. With its balanced stats and hugely versatile moveset, there is no disadvantage whatsoever in using this form change. Starlight's second form is much more basic, but Ancient Light is such an amazing finish command that it's worth considering it for that alone. Try swapping both out from time to time and see which one clicks. And there you have it. Those are the pros and cons of every Keyblade you get by playing through the story, as well as our best loadout. Now before we wrap things up, we have a cool thing we wanted to try at the end of our Kingdom Hearts videos. We want to highlight your coolest or funniest gummy ship designs. I will kick off the first one with my gummy ship, the Duke. This one is very similar to the classic Highwind design, but with more firepower and an added wing fin on the bottom. Since most of the gummies have been made to look like stained glass, it looks rather noble, hence the name the Duke. I'm sure you can come up with something better though, so totally send a screenshot of your creation with the stats next to it. Don't forget to add a cool name. Send your screenshots to input@JorRaptor.com or via Twitter using the hashtag KingdomRaptor, and who knows, maybe your gummy ship is at the end of the next Kingdom Hearts 3 video that will be on the channel real soon. Don't forget to subscribe for more Kingdom Hearts 3 videos. You can check out a video on some cool items you can get early in the game and some tips everyone should know right now. Leave a like if you liked the video and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.